Okay, let's unpack this. The planning, well, it's officially over, and today, finally, we're building something real. For a while now, we've been talking about the what-ifs and the how-tos, all that theory, but right
Yeah.
now, we're actually crossing that line from just concepts to actual creation. So our mission for this deep dive, and it's pretty exciting, is going from absolute zero, like nothing, to a live Linux server, up and running in the cloud. And this isn't just, a neat tech demo. It's really the foundational hands-on step for, well, everything that comes next, especially if you're looking at system administration or maybe studying for that RHCSA exam, the Red Hat Certified System Administrator. We're talking about building your very own lab environment.
Exactly. And what's really great here is how fast we can get you sort of up to speed on deploying a cloud server. Think of it like a shortcut, really. We peel back the complexity, turning what might seem like really complicated steps into clear, actionable stuff you can do right now. By the end of this, you'll have deployed a basic lab server using Linode, and we'll be using Rocky Linux 9 specifically. It's a really solid, tangible starting point.
Yeah, tangible is the word. And the key takeaways for you today are all about that practical side. First, understanding what you absolutely need beforehand, the prerequisites. Then navigating the actual deployment workflow in the Cloud Manager, like step by step.
Yeah.
And then the crucial bit, checking, verifying that your new server is actually, alive and ready to go. We're aiming to demystify cloud hosting a bit, make this kind of IT training feel accessible and hopefully kind of fun too. We've definitely spent some time laying the groundwork, right? The theory, the planning.
Architectural diagrams, thinking about tools.
Exactly. We've covered the game plan. But now here comes the exciting part. Enough theory. It really is time to shift gears and, well, build something. This is where all that thinking turns into a real running machine.
Yeah, and connecting this to the bigger picture, like you said, the RHCSA lab, this move to practice is really important. This session is basically the very first hands-on step in building what folks call an EX200 lab environment. Just for context, EX200, that's the exam code for the Red Hat Certified System Administrator test. It's very focused on practical command line skills.
Yeah.
And our choice of image, Rocky Linux 9, that's not random. It's a fantastic open source enterprise OS, super stable, really reliable. People often see it as a direct and frankly excellent alternative to RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the big industry standard. So it's perfect for this kind of practice.
Absolutely. Getting hands-on is definitely key. But okay, before we even think about clicking Create in Linode, what are the maybe common slip-ups? What do we absolutely need to have sorted out first to avoid any hiccups?
That's a really good point because sometimes the initial setup does trip people up. It really boils down to two main things. Prerequisites. First, you absolutely have to have an active Linode account. Simple enough, right? That's your key to get in the door. And second, and this is pretty standard across, well, almost all cloud providers, not just Linode, you need a payment method on file.
Ah, right. Even for the smallest plan.
Yep, even for the little Nanode plan we'll talk about. It's not just about billing them, though. It's kind of a first lesson in managing cloud resources and introduces accountability. It gets you thinking about how cloud billing works, which is actually a critical skill for any sysadmin keeping an eye on costs. It shows you're committing to using a resource, even a small one.
Right. Okay. So account active, payment method ready, essentials checked off. Now, this is where it starts to feel really productive. We're going to basically walk you through the Linode Cloud Manager, step by step, almost like we're clicking right alongside you. It might seem a bit daunting if you haven't seen it before, but the workflow, it's actually pretty intuitive once you know what you're looking for, and more importantly, why you're making certain choices.
Exactly. So once you're logged into the Linode Cloud Manager, you'll look for the Create Linode option or something similar. That kicks off the workflow, and here you make a few key decisions that define your server. First up is selecting the image. For our purposes, we'll choose Rocky Linux 9. Like we said, it's stable, compatible, great for our command line goals, just a solid base.
Okay, Rocky 9. Got it.
Next, you choose your region. And this is actually more important than it might sound. You really want to pick a data center that's geographically close to where you are.
Right, for speed,
Yeah.
less lag.
Exactly. For optimal performance, lower latency, you want things to feel snappy. But, thinking bigger picture, region choice can sometimes involve other things too, like data sovereignty rules, local regulations. Depending on the application, where you host data can be a really big deal for compliance. But for our lab, simple. Just pick one close by for the best experience.
Okay, keep it simple. Choose close. What's next?
Then you select the plan. And for what we're doing, we strongly recommend the Nanode 1GB plan. It's super affordable. We're talking like a few bucks a month.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it's absolutely perfect for the kind of command line labs we'll be doing. That 1 GB, that refers to 1 GB of RAM or memory. And that's plenty for a basic server where you're just typing commands, not running heavy graphics or big databases. It's about being efficient, you know? Avoid paying for resources you just don't need right now.
Makes perfect sense. Nanode 1 GB it is.
After that, you set your root password. Now, this is critical, really, really important. Don't cut corners here. It must be strong and secure. Think complex, unique. I've seen. Well, let's just say simple passwords cause big problems down the line.
Like leaving the front door wide open.
Exactly. Use a password manager, generate something random, store it safely. Then there's usually an option to add SSH keys.
SSH keys. We hear about those a lot for security.
We do, and they are excellent for security. They're definitely the preferred way in, say, a production environment. But we're going to keep it a little simpler for this first step. We'll actually dedicate our next deep dive entirely to SSH and using keys properly. So for today, that strong root password you just set, that's your key for now.
Okay, good to know. So focus on the strong password for this initial setup. So we've made the core choices. Rocky 9, close region, Nanode plan, strong root password. Then it's just hitting create.
That's pretty much it. You click the create button and you'll see the system start provisioning your server. There's usually a status bar or indicator. It's actually kind of cool to watch it come online.
Yeah, it takes a few moments, but it feels like, okay, I just made a server.
Right. It's a very clear, straightforward process. You know you've just spun up a new machine in the cloud.
So, okay, you've clicked create. You watched the little progress bar fill up.
Yeah.
Maybe it says provisioning, then something else. But is it really working? Is it alive? How do we actually know for sure that it's up and ready for us? This feels like the moment of truth, right? Did it work?
It is. And that's where a post-deployment verification is absolutely essential. You got to check your work. First thing, back in your Linode Cloud Manager, you'll watch for the server's status. You want to see it switch to running. That running status basically means the operating system has booted up successfully and the server is active.
Okay, but for running, check.
Once it's running, the single most important piece of info you need is the server's public IP address. IP address. Internet Protocol address. Think of it like the unique street address for your server on the entire internet.
Gotcha. That's how we find it.
Exactly. It's how you'll connect to it from your own computer or anywhere else. Then, for a really quick basic check, you can do a ping test.
A ping test.
Yeah, from your own computer's command line or terminal works on Windows, Mac, Linux. You just type ping, followed by that public IP address you just found. The command ping, it stands for Packet Internet Groper. Kind of a funny name. It sends tiny little data packets to your server, and then it listens to see if the server sends a reply back.
Okay. So if you get a reply.
If you get replies back, you'll see lines showing response times that confirms basic network connectivity. It tells you, yep, the server's awake, it's on the internet, and my computer can reach it. It's super simple, but really powerful as a first check.
Ping it. Got it. Running status, find the IP, ping the IP. So if we get the running status and the ping works, we did it.
You did it.
Awesome. So with those checks done, we can confidently say you've successfully deployed a clean, ready-to-use Linux lab environment. That's a huge step. You now have your own dedicated server in the cloud just waiting for instructions. It's the perfect sandbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
For learning sysadmin stuff, playing with Linux, getting ready for exams like the RHCSA. You've gone from just diagrams and talked to a real live machine that you control.
Absolutely. And that successful deployment, having it running and reachable, it sets up the next logical step perfectly. Think about it like this. The server's built, the lights are on, it has an address, that public IP.
Right.
But the doors are locked. We know where it is, but we need the keys to actually get inside and start doing things, you know, configuring it, installing software, making it your lab environment.
Okay. So we built the house. Now we need the keys.
Precisely. And that's exactly what we're tackling in our very next deep dive. We'll show you how to master SSH Secure Shell. That's the secure, encrypted way to log in and interact with your new Linode server.
Perfect. So you've really done it. You've gone from just theory to having a tangible, running cloud server. That's a massive first step on your IP path. Seriously, take a second to appreciate that. You took a fundamental step, got hands-on, and built something real in the cloud.
And maybe think about this too, a little provocative thought to leave you with. Beyond just setting up an RHCSA lab, what else could you do now? Now that you know how to spin up your own accessible live cloud server.
Good question.
Think about it. It's not just for certification practice. You could test out new software you've heard about, maybe host a small personal website or a blog, or build a little development environment for a programming language you want to learn. And you can do all of this without messing up your own computer. It's like having an unlimited sandbox. It gives you this amazing freedom to explore and learn and innovate in IT. You've basically just unlocked a cloud superpower.
That's a great way to put it. What an amazing journey today. We really enjoyed guiding you through this first hands-on build. Definitely join us next time for the deep dive, where we'll give you those keys. We'll show you how to securely access and really start using your new Linode with SSH. You won't want to miss it.